Board game, believe it or not.
All right. Well, we are going to be introducing a new segment tonight. This is Board Game, Believe It or Not. So tonight we present you a new segment, Board Game, Believe It or Not. In this segment, each of us will present a board game story to the other. The story will be unbelievable, amazing, and utterly tantalizing. So much so it will make you wonder if you can believe this or not. Tonight, we are going to start with John as he tells us the most unbelievable story.
Are you still doing the Hansa voice?
What do you mean? Is he still doing the Hansa voice?
Sorry, that was behind the scenes.
What does that mean?
That's only for our Patreon subscribers.
I mean, he sounded a little like Hansa. That's just a coincidence.
Coincidence, I'm sure. John?
All right. Well, here we go, guys. Did you know that back in the 60s, anything happened back in the 60s? A game came out. This is a legit game that was published, not an idea for a game. This game was published. We should have done something about this on the Halloween episode, because the game was called Big Funeral. And here was the tagline for it. Like funerals? Because, who doesn't? This game is for you. Plan elaborate funerals, throw parties, and try to get the most hearses and tombstones than any other players. So, did this game really come out in the 60s? Was this a real game? Should we believe it or not? Let's send it around the board. Chris, what do you say?
So, well, first of all, this sounds like an expansion for Last Will. like you're actually dead, and now you're actually trying to spend all of your inheritance, all your inheritors' money on your funeral.
Your funeral. That's
exactly
the last way you can spend the money.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's
oh man, I don't know. I want this one to be real, just because it sounds amazing.
Got to go with something,
60s,
Chris.
It still seems too. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's not real.
Not real.
Chris is saying not. All right.
See, now,
Andy, what about you, buddy?
You just had analysis paralysis about that, which is really weird. But anyway,
that took you as long as it took Andy to play Canvas.
That's true. It's true.
Whatever. I was just
no, it didn't. No, it didn't.
Whatever.
I'm going to say it was true, because things were tacky in the 60s, man. People smoked way too much or did too much LSD. So
okay. So Andy's a believe.
LSD our light bulbs.
Tackiness.
That's a light bulb, Daniel.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. It sounds a lot like My Big Fat Greek Wedding. So I think that John just took the synopsis for that movie and put My Big Fat Greek Funeral. And that is essentially what he just read, is the description to that movie. So I'm going to say, I don't believe it. Not true.
Okay, so we had Daniel says not. Chris says not. Andy says believe it. This game did come out in 1964, Big Funeral. Believe it or not, it's true. Wow. Andy gets a point, but I get 2 points because I fooled the other two. So I like that. I like that. I'll get 2 out of 3. That's good. We'll go to Chris for the next one here.
All right. So this one is the most expensive chess set in the world, cost equal to that of a Bugatti.
A what?
A Bugatti. It's a type of car.
Oh, I thought it was something you ate.
No.
You can put stuff
you
on.
Could.
Is that a?
I don't know, but if it's the most expensive chess set in the world, I'm intrigued to see what food would be that expensive.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's more expensive. Sure, I will go with that. Yes.
Wow.
Because I'm gonna assume it's made of like diamonds or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it does say it's encrusted with diamonds and jewels and everything of that nature. Correct.
All right. Well, I think Chris is actually reading the screen, so I think he is, and it's gold plated, not plated, but it's actually gold pieces. All the royalty pieces have little like diamonds on it, and the pawns have like feces smeared on it. You got to pay extra for that. What? So I'm gonna go with true.
Feces?
Wow. Are we using the right word, or did you just mispronounce
something? Yeah. It's a Mighty Python reference. How do you know he's royalty? Because he's not covered in poop.
True. But yeah, no, the description just says made of pure gold and encrusted with diamonds and other precious gems. This chess set looks almost too magnificent to be played.
Wow. I'm at a conundrum here, because you guys both believe it. And if I say believe it, Chris is going to get 3 points, and that just sounds stupid, but it sounds believable to me. So,
But you have points to lose.
not that many. I'm going to go with believe it, though, Chris. We're going to set you up for the Grand Slam.
All right. It does not.
Oh, you're kidding me.
No way.
And here's the crazy part. I got you kind of semi on a technicality, because the statement was that it cost equal to that of a Bugatti, and even Andy thought it cost more than that. The statement here notates that the 9.8 million, to be precise, is the let's see here. Sorry. I screwed that. Oh yeah, okay, second. The most expensive board game in the world cost half of a Bugatti, which apparently is $9.8 million.
Yeah, Bugattis are very expensive.
9.8 million?
Correct.
Wait, so
Wow.
there's a car that costs that much money?
Well, the way I'm reading is as if it's half of Bugatti, which makes it 9.8 million times 2.
Why would you have a car? You can't drive a car that costs that much.
It
Daniel,
doesn't
No.
even carry your groceries.
Daniel,
Exactly.
you can make monthly payments. It's okay.
Okay.
You know what? I actually love the idea of that. Like, someone needs to get one of those like online calculators to calculate the payments on, a 4-year car loan on
Again, I'll
$9.8
get on
million.
that.
60
Exactly.
easy payments of only
For
2.8
very qualified buyers as well.
Yes.
All right. Well, gentlemen, for
Daniel?
my board
Oh, it's
game,
Danny.
believe it or
My bad.
not, I'm going to share with you some interesting facts about one of the great granddaddies of all board games, and that would be Settlers of Catan or
Okay.
Catan.
I don't
or
believe it.
whatever you want to call it. My
That was
first
good.
experience at Gen Con involved me meeting the grandson of this board game royalty, and I'm speaking of none other than Klaus Tuber, the inventor of Catan. I talked to his grandson, who, by the way, he was like 10 years old at the time. He was really freaked out by all the selfies I wanted to take and stuff. Anyway, so there's some facts about this game, and I want you to. These are all this. It's an amazing thing. It was the first German board game sold outside the United States. It holds the record for board game played at the highest altitude. It was played at 5,870 meters by 4 Canadians on Mount Kilimanjaro in Nepal on February 11, 2019, and then it was also featured in a documentary in 2012 called "Going Cardboard," talking about the popularity of it in America. Amazing stuff.
Okay.
Don't you think?
And
Yeah, I definitely believe everything that you said. I'm pretty sure I know all of those to be true. So, but I hope it is now, because if it's not, then I'm going to be. This seems pretty foolish, including meeting his grandson at 10. I know you've told me the story before, but I didn't remember him being 10. I'm gonna put the caveat.
Maybe that's the one thing that
If
makes
this is
it
a
wrong.
weird one thing off thing, then that's it. But
It's
other
not
than
that. Sorry,
Okay.
that's not part of the. My story about meeting him is not part of the
Gotcha.
believe it or not.
Okay.
I just had to throw that in.
what was the believe it or not? I don't
That
think
it
I
was the
saw or
first
heard one
German
there.
board game sold outside the United States. It
All
holds the
three of those
record
things?
for board game played at the highest altitude, and it was featured in a 2012 documentary called "Going Cardboard."
So am I picking one of those being wrong, or am I saying all of those are right?
Those are all three things that either are right or wrong.
Gotcha. I say right.
Okay.
Correct.
I'm going to go ahead and say believe it as well, because I think I have heard at least one of them being true. So I will go ahead and say believe it. Chris, what about you?
I'm not going to believe it because there's 3 qualifiers, and that just seems bad. And also, there had to be some other game that was shipped to America before that. Like, there had to be some sort of like war game or something. So,
Okay.
So, according to my sources, it was the first German board game sold outside the United States.
Cool.
is your
It
source
does,
your
it does
brain?
get credit with starting the board game revolution.
It also is featured in a 2012 documentary called "Going Cardboard," which I want to see. Apparently, it's on Amazon Prime.
Yes.
Hashtag not a sponsor.
Yet.
Yeah, they
Yet.
were confused by that.
We're going to get that Bezos money.
It also holds the record for board game played at the highest altitude. So,
Nice.
but the problem is, as I said, Mount Kilimanjaro in Nepal.
Oh my gosh.
Mount Kilimanjaro is actually in Tanzania.
Is this really what you're going with?
Yeah, suckers. That's it. That's
Wow.
it.
This is ridiculous.
That's terrible.
Well, that's what you get for picking a ridiculous game.
I know,
Wow.
Andy.
It's ridiculous
Hey.
players, not a ridiculous game. All right.
Yeah. All right.
Are we doing
Well,
one more time around here?
yes. I haven't done one yet, John.
Oh, okay.
Come on, man.
My bad.
Come on, man. All right. So I misunderstood the intent of this at first. So I did 2 truths and a lie. But what I'm gonna have you guys do, instead of doing 2 truths and a lie, I'm gonna have you pick number 1 through 3. So John, pick a number.
2.
Okay. So this could be true, it could be a lie. I have them both on here. All right. You ready? The International Chess Governing Body longtime president, Kirshan Ilyam Zahaznaz, that's a real name. All of them I looked up real names, okay? Has made the claim to have been abducted by aliens.
Ooh.
So the International Chess Governing Body president was abducted by aliens.
Was or claims to have been?
Claims to have been.
Okay.
Claims to have been.
Those are very different.
Wow. Just because so many people claim that, I'm going to go ahead and believe it. I'm going to say this guy, you hear this all the time, people that are smart in one way and then they say or do something so stupid in another. I'm going to go ahead and believe it.
Okay.
I'm going to believe it because I believe they were trying to steal that most expensive chess board.
Could be.
Because I assume the governing body of chess, whoever that person is, owns that board. comes with the seat.
I'm also going to believe it, and I can't, for whatever reason, get out of my head now the guy from Independence Day that claims he was probed by aliens.
Oh, that's right.
I don't know why.
Think that guy was running any chess organizations, though.
You never know.
But unfortunately, you guys are correct. That was true.
Woo!
There's some weird stuff that happens in the Russian chess circuits. You should look into it. Are we doing this one more time, John?
It's your segment.
Oh yeah, well let's do this. Let's go, John.
Cool. Okay, here's another one. In 1983, a game came out, interestingly enough, called Baseball 83. And the cool thing about this game is it featured real players, but they didn't have the endorsement of the MLB, so it didn't have real teams. So it had, you'd see this sometimes, players, and the colors, but they didn't have, they played for Cleveland. They didn't play for the, Cleveland, Indians.
QB Bills.
So yes, but no, they'd have player names, and they actually had minis that were kind of cool and they were full color. So it was almost like a starting lineup kind of thing. And so wasn't a very good game, but it had cool little looking baseball guys, and came out in 83 and was called Baseball 83. Believe it or not. What do you say, Chris?
I'm going to believe it because that sounds like the hallmark of every game before Catan was they were like, oh, these people are stupid. You know what? Actually, I think this is actually a deep-seated reason of why I hate games being pretty and people caring about it. Because before Catan, only people cared about, oh, I get to play a game in space. That's all that matters is that it's in space. It doesn't matter if it's any good, just it's in space.
I roll a dice in space.
Yeah, exactly. Woo! So that's part of the reason I think deep-seatedly I hate people that are all excited about if it's pretty or not, because then it was. So yes, I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say they tried to make a baseball game. It was trash, but it had little cool things that got people excited.
Okay, Andy.
I'm going to say it is false because I don't trust you.
That's it. That's your whole reasoning.
That's it.
That works. At least I didn't get booed.
Your first one was true, so your second one has to be false. Also, miniatures did not exist in 1980. So there you go.
83.
Especially in 83.
So you're going to not believe it?
I'm not.
Are you really standing on that miniatures did not exist in 1980?
That's what he's claiming.
I have 5 points, so sure, why not?
They had
okay, because I was like, that's a real hot bad take. That's not even hot. That's just lies.
Well, if they existed, prove it.
Well, they weren't considered miniatures.
Yeah, they're just little molded
figurines.
Because we're now more obese, so they're not. I got nothing.
All right, John, what is it?
Well, I made that one up, but you should not believe that one. Sorry, Chris.
I was right.
I thought it sounded like a good game, though.
Again,
Chris,
you had me fooled for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
I'm making my comeback.
There you go.
All right. My second one is I don't have one. Believe it or not.
All right.
I believe it.
I believe it.
You're all right.
All right. Andy, what about you? Do you have one?
I do.
Okay.
Did you know in 1987, when Hungry Hungry Hippos was first released, it was originally called Angry Angry Beavers?
I'm gonna go with no. I'm gonna go that again was a Nickelodeon show, and that it would beavers eat wood, and obviously these are plastic balls. Nobody would ever believe that would exist. So false. I don't believe it.
I'm going to go ahead and choose not to believe that as well, Andy. I have no faith in the truth of this game. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm also not going to believe in it for production reasons, but I do like the idea that it was something else. I thought you were going to go the direction of like, some like old angry mother or something, or I don't know where you're going with that, but either way, production wise,
Angry grandma.
I don't know how it was any. Yeah, exactly. A bunch of I don't know.
I have news for all of you. I was concerned that I was winning the game and I don't have anything to talk about, so I have just jinxed it, so I will not win. Is untrue.
Yes.
Well done.
Very well done.
True.
Sabotage.
Sabotage.
Way to sabotage it.
Oh,
You
we
can be
lost
like me
points.
and
Nice.
just sabotage the whole time. All right, and then me. So pick a number between 1 and 2, or pick number 1 or 2.
1.5.
Yeah.
3.
All right, I heard 3. That one's gonna count. All right. Again, one of these are false and one of them is true. So Famer Yuan, a champion Magic the Gathering player, was banned from Magic the Gathering for a time because of his marked Urzatron land cards.
I'm going to say
Land
that's
cards were
definitely.
marked. His
You don't
Urzatron,
go first.
Oh, it's not my turn.
not
John,
a
go
Power
ahead.
Ranger.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't
So,
either.
I'm going to
Neither.
go ahead and say I believe it because I think it just sounds weird, and that's what that game is. So there we go.
I'm not going to believe it because it's pronounced Urzatron and is incorrect based on pronunciation alone. No. I mean,
He was
unless
the
it's some sort
champion.
of weird technicality on person's name or something like that. Yes,
No,
people
all the
do
names
that
are
for
correct,
marked
but
cards, and
they're
I believe an
weird.
Urzatron deck specifically was. So I'm going to say I believe it.
First of all, Urzatron kind of sounds like Energon, and since I'm a transformer, I'm going to say
Time to
yes as
maximize.
well.
You're gonna what?
I'm gonna agree with it. I'm gonna
Agree
say
with
it's
it.
true, and also he probably used a Black Lotus card.
Yeah, it's actually the Black Lotus is what was marked. No, just kidding. No, it was true. This works better as 2 truths and a lie.
No, it
These
doesn't.
other ones apparently seem too obvious.
Or you could just be like me and not know how to lie.
All right. Well, and that is it for that segment. Let us know what you think of it if you want to see it again. And yeah, let us also you can send us like a message, especially if you know us locally, and give us something to use in a future one in case we do this again. Let us know your 2 truths and a lie. Or sorry,
Nope.
believe it or not.
Thank you.
Or
And
just other games as well. If you guys have thought of a game that you think would be fun for us to talk about, let us know.
I would say it's not especially if you know us locally. I would say it's even better if you don't know us.
Fair enough. I meant send us personal message, but you can still. Oh wait, we have emails.
In the comments?
Well,
What?
yeah, but then
Email?
We have email?
we have emails.
Email. The email.
Mail@aroundtheboard.com. Anyways, there you go.
Awesome.
If you enjoyed what you just watched, click on the embedded video for the rest of the episode.